Assessment of muscular strength. Equipment needed for the push-up assessment will be a yoga mat and a repetition counter. Equipment for the 1 repetition max will be a facility with a free weight bench press, squat rack, or leg press machine, a spotter, and free weights and clips. The standard push-up assessment is a muscular endurance test that is appropriate for relatively active and healthy individuals. The goal of this test is to perform as many push-ups without rest as possible. When performing the standard push-up, the toes are used as the pivotal point. Hands are under the shoulders and pointing forward. The back is straight, the head is up, the elbows are fully extended on the up position, and the chin touches the mat in the down position. This test ends when the form is not maintained for 2 consecutive reps. The modified push-up assessment is the same test as the standard push-up assessment, but is appropriate for sedentary or deconditioned individuals. The protocol for this assessment is the same as the standard, but the only difference is the knees are used as the pivotal point. A 1 repetition max assessment can be used for the assessment of muscular strength. You can use a bench press, leg press, or squat rack, but it is important to note that all protocols are the same. It is encouraged to perform 5 to 10 minutes of aerobic exercise followed by dynamic stretching before beginning. Following the aerobic exercise and dynamic stretching warm-up, perform several reps with a light load, for example an empty barbell, before progressing on to moderate to high resistance loads. Full range of motion is needed throughout the assessment. After the warm-up phase is complete, you can begin adding a moderate load onto the barbell. Start with 50 to 70% of the perceived capacity. In this clip, I have 225 pounds loaded on the bar, which is about 50% of my perceived 1 rep max. Increase the weight by 2.5 to 20 kilos in each set in order to find a true 1 rep max. In this clip, I added 20 kilos to each side, bringing my total up to 315 pounds. In the final clip, I added an additional 20 kilos to each side, bringing the total up to 405 pounds. This was my 1 repetition max. Some additional notes on the 1 repetition max assessment is to continue your sets until the weight cannot be lifted. The test should be completed within 4 sets, and a true 1 rep max is completed when full range of motion is achieved, the lift is unassisted, and proper technique is used. In order to compare against averages, the strength to weight ratio is configured. Take the weight lifted in pounds and divide by the body weight in pounds. Because of the possible physical limitations of certain individuals, such as sedentary, adolescent, or older populations, the reps to fatigue protocol can be used instead of 1 rep max protocols. This is a submaximal test that can be used to estimate maximal 1 rep max outcomes. In order to do this, the subject must complete 2 to 10 repetitions of their perceived maximal load. The reps must be completed through full range of motion, unassisted, and with proper technique. The equation for predicting 1 rep max based on reps to fatigue is provided below.